Guys, welcome back to the FPL Duo. We will be discussing the FPL Game Week 22, and this video particularly is about the free hit. Should you use your free hit? And if you are considering using your free hit, which players should you bring in and who should you captain? We're going to go through everything in this video regarding the free hit for this upcoming game week. Um, yeah, so this stream will be just chilling really and discussing. Um, we'll show you two different teams, one from me and one from Jordan, where we'll show the 11 players I recommend and then the 11 players he recommends. We've gone slightly different, but all in all, most of it is kind of similar. But that's how it's going to be this game week. So if anyone is considering using the free hit chip, um, this is how we would play it ourselves. So let's bring in my team first. Bear with me for a sec. Hold on. So here is my team. My team value is 105 million, but most of you should be able to afford this team because I don't think it's that expensive of a team. So in goal, I've chosen to go with David De Gea, who is a double game week player. He has two fixtures, away to Aston Villa and away to Brentford. So I've gone David De Gea in goal, and that's who I'd go with. I think Man United, yes, they haven't looked great, but well, I'm hoping there's a change of form regarding the Man United defense, and they can probably get a clean sheet against a Brentford, or maybe some save points as well for David De Gea. So I've decided to go with the Manchester United goalie. The back three, I've decided to go with Alonso, Trent, and Cucurella of Brighton. So the reason I went with Alonso is I think, obviously, I already have Alonso in my team, so I think Alonso Rudiger is a good pick for the Chelsea defense. I've just decided to go with Alonso because of the attacking threat. It looks like Chelsea aren't signing a left back yet, or they haven't, as far as I'm aware yet, as of recording. So you assume Alonso will start both games. So yeah, I like the look of Alonso. I'd probably keep him if you have him. Trent Alexander-Arnold, single game week player, but I think his fixture against Brentford is very, very good. So if you have him, you'll probably keep him, and I think his fixture is very good at home to Brentford, and I expect Liverpool to win that game quite comfortably. But let's see. I've went with Cucurella to complete the back three because he plays Palace and Chelsea. I think Cucurella is a good pick as well. Price is quite cheap, and decent fixtures against Palace, and then Chelsea's a bit tougher, but double game week players is what we're looking at. And then obviously today we had some big news. So before we went live on the stream, a couple of hours before, we were told that Son of Spurs is ruled out for a month. So that has dramatically changed my thoughts for my team, because originally Son was a guaranteed pick in my team and potentially a captain pick. But now Son is injured for a month. I've replaced him from my team. So I've added in Mount instead. So I've gone with Maddison, Mason Mount, Jota, and Lookman of Leicester. So the midfield, I've gone with Maddison because I think with no Vardy, Iheanacho at AFCON, I think Maddison could get a decent score for this game with the two fixtures against Burnley and Everton. They look like decent fixtures, and I expect Maddison to play further forward for this game week. And I'm hoping he can get some points. So if I was free hitting, I would be I would be putting in Maddison. I've also went with Mason Mount because I needed another midfielder because Son is now injured. So I decided Mount makes sense, especially that Brighton fixture where I think he maybe could get a goal or an assist. So yeah, I like Mount for this game week too. Jota, I think as a single game week fixture is as good as it gets at home to Brentford. So I like the look of Jota. I'll be keeping him. And then I went with Lookman to complete that midfield because Burnley and Everton on paper, two semi-decent fixtures, I'd say, for Leicester. But you could upgrade that to Tielemans if you have the budget, which I think I would probably do. I'd probably go Tielemans over Lookman, but you can go either way, Tielemans and Madison, or Madison and Lookman. But that's my free hit team. Um, Also for the front, I've gone with Harry Kane, Ronaldo, and Dennis of Watford. Three players with double fixtures. Kane plays Arsenal and Leicester, Ronaldo, Villa and Brentford, and then Dennis has two good fixtures of Newcastle and Burnley at Burnley away. I think the three up front, picks itself. I think most FPL managers that take the free hit will be looking to bring these three in. I think they are the standout picks. Maybe you can argue for a case for Dennis, because Dennis has looked good and his underlying numbers are quite good as well. And it depends if you are put off now of Spurs players due to the Son injury. But that's the front three I'm looking. And for captain pick, I'm probably gonna think of something like going with Kane potentially. I think I favor Kane for this game week. Ronaldo maybe, but the way Man United are playing, I'm not too big on captaining Ronaldo for this game week. I might be wrong, but I haven't made my mind up on captaincy. But if I had to pick right now, it'd probably be Harry Kane. I don't even think Jota is that bad of a captain pick against Brentford, even though he's a single game week player. But yeah, that's how my free hit team is looking. If I was to play the free hit chip this week, game week 22, I would go with something like this. I look for double Man United, maybe a Tottenham up front, and then I look to fill it in with I'll definitely have Dennis in my team, and then yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 9 double game week players in that team, and Jota and Trent are the only single game week players. So my team value is 105 million. Everyone won't have that, I guess, but I'm sure most of you could afford this team if you are looking to free hit. As of now, I don't think I will be playing the free hit chip. So I think I'm going to use free transfers to maneuver my way around for game week 22, because it looks like I can get away with playing no chips. So, but that's what I'd go with. Let's go on to your team and the players you recommend for game week 22 free hit chip if you were using it.
Okay, so basically, this is what my free hit team looks like if I was to free hit. So basically, to start off with, we have in goal, we have Backman, who's a Watford goalkeeper. He's in a temporary position because Ben Foster's injured, so he is the Watford goalkeeper for now until Ben Foster's back.
Yep.
So I went with Watford goalkeeper because obviously Watford have the two easiest double game fixtures. They have Newcastle away and Burnley away, and I reckon with Watford's performance in the Premier League so far, I reckon they can get at least one clean sheet from that, and that's probably from Newcastle. Burnley, a bit less sure about that one, but yeah, that's why I went for the goalkeeper, because I think he can get one clean sheet or maybe even 2 clean sheets from both of those matches. It'll bring back a huge amount of points for that player, goalkeeper. In my defence, I have Reguilon, Alexander Trent, and Tarek Lamptey. Now, I went for a 3-man defence because obviously for a double game week, you wouldn't really have that many defenders. You'll more have midfielders and forwards. But I chose these 3 because obviously Spurs have improved over the few weeks under Conte, and the Leicester game looks pretty favourable rather than the Arsenal one. But I still think Spurs can get a clean sheet against Arsenal. It might be a really tough fixture, that one. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But they are home, so that could be an advantage for Spurs. And the Leicester are in a kind of a state at the moment, so it's always positive that they will get a nice clean sheet out of that game, because it'll probably be like a complete disaster for Leicester, but who knows what that game will give. Obviously, Alexander-Trent has one game fixture because he's not in a double game week, Liverpool. But against Brentford, that could be a big haul still. And I've got Tarek Lamptey from Brighton, who's got Crystal Palace and Chelsea, which are both home fixtures for Brighton. Now, personally, I do favour Brighton's defence in the Premier League this season. It's been really strong. It rivals Wolves' defence and Southampton's. It's been really strong for Brighton. I don't think they conceded more than one goal in pretty much all of their matches. I don't think they conceded more than that. So Tarek Lamptey as well, he plays very high up the pitch as well, so he could possibly score a goal out of those. You never know.
Yeah.
You just never know in football. But yeah, that's my defence for my free hit. Moving on to the midfield, I have Maddison, Mount, Jota, and Tielemans. Now, Maddison, I picked Maddison because obviously Vardy's injured and let's have a few other injuries. So
Iheanacho as well, going to AFCON.
Yeah, Iheanacho gone to AFCON obviously, and obviously Vardy's out. He's injured again. So that gives Maddison a really strong start to the game for both of those double game fixtures. I imagine he will start at the front where Vardy would normally be. So, and especially with his performance in previous matches, he looks like a very high goal threat for Burnley and Everton. So they're both away fixtures, which I don't think that's a bad thing, to be honest. Leicester can play home and away. There's no doubt in that. It's just whether their team is prepared for those two matches. Obviously, they've had the ups and downs recently in their matches, but fingers crossed for the double game week that in the free hit that they do well. Now moving on to my next midfielder, I have Mason Mount. Now I was a bit unsure about this one because obviously Chelsea have Man City away and Brighton away, which both look very hard, especially for Man City because they're very hard to get behind their defence, obviously, because it's really good. And obviously because Brighton's defence is really good as well. So it was a hard pick, but with Chelsea's injury and COVID issues, Mount is looking like, again, another favourable player to have in the team. Like, we don't know about Lukaku because obviously he was back in the team as it was reported on the news that Tuchel accepted his apology and put him back on the team list. But nonetheless, Mount should play alongside Lukaku in those matches nonetheless. So either both of them, they have a high chance of performing well in the Man City and Brighton match. It will be a tough fixture, but there's still, you never know what happens obviously in those matches, right? But if you had to pick a Chelsea player, Mount would be the favourable choice in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, my next midfielder is Jota, obviously the same reason as Trent. It's just a one fixture against Brentford home, but that's pretty significant for Liverpool, I would say. And my last midfielder is Tielemans, and that's also for Leicester. So they've got Burnley away and Everton away. Now, Maddison Tielemans linking up as well. That could be really good. Then, but they do work together well when they play together. So I'm actually looking forward to that in the double game week because I think that will be very good. I think it will pull it off. Let's hope anyway. Fingers crossed. And finally, we're on to our forwards. We got Joshua King for Watford. We got the notorious Ronaldo, and then we got Emmanuel Dennis. So I went for two Watford forwards because obviously out of all the double game fixtures, I really favour Watford's Watford players for this. I don't really fancy any other ones, but because obviously they have the two easy fixtures, Newcastle, who have a poor defence and really bad record at the moment, Burnley, they haven't really played many matches at all. They've still got to play to catch up like 4 because of obviously COVID postponements galore for them. So they might be unprepared, Burnley, honestly. And Newcastle, they have their injury concerns as well, like St. Maximin, he possibly might not play. Wilson, he's out for a while because he's got an ankle injury. So Newcastle's not looking really good at the moment. They have signed Kieran Trippier though in defence, so that might help them a bit, but not for those double game weeks, I imagine not. But obviously King, he hasn't been as successful as Dennis has in terms of returns, but he has got an odd assist or two from providing it with Dennis. So that's why I've picked King, because he might thrive in these 2 games alongside Dennis. So that's why I picked Joshua King for that one. Now, the next one is Ronaldo. Now, you all know how I feel about Manchester United as a Man United fan, that this was a hard decision whether to bring Ronaldo in or not, because obviously of how Man United have performed over the past matches, and obviously in the locker or after matches, you hear a lot of news about players wanting to leave, arguments galore, people are not happy with our manager. So it's like a negative aura for the club and the teams individually, the players who have to sort of handle and cope with this while having to perform in matches. It's just a lot of stress, unnecessary stress, and it's affecting Man United overall. But anyway, Man United have Aston Villa away and Brentford away. Now these are also, I would say, these are the best 2 double game fixtures besides the Watford ones. But obviously, because of Man United's performance, I wouldn't rate it as the best. But on paper, obviously, it is the best. Like, especially with Ronaldo against Aston Villa and Brentford. You would hope that he scores in both of those double game weeks, or even more than that. But fingers crossed that those double game weeks is Ronaldo's sort of resurrection to performing better in the Premier League. A bit like Kane, where he blanked a lot. Let's hope Ronaldo sort of gets rid of that blank sheet.
Yeah, I just want to say, anyone watching the stream, please drop a like and also subscribe if you're new here. We appreciate the support. So yeah, if you could drop a like and subscribe, we really appreciate it. So we've got Barnsey that says yo, and then
hey Barnsey,
and then same with Fade Scatter who says yo. So
hey,
how you guys doing? You guys okay? Hope you're enjoying the stream. So yeah, I see your team. You've gone with the double Watford attack. You went King and Dennis. I've gone Harry Kane. So I think Harry Kane could do well. I know the Son injury might impact Spurs going forward, but I actually don't think it's a bad idea going with double Watford attack. I think it could pay off. Newcastle, Burnley on paper, it looks tasty. But I think Kane, there will be more reliance on Kane now too, because there's no Son. So I'm assuming it could mean Kane to bag a goal or 2. That's what I'm hoping anyway. But
with Son's dismissal from the team, it might, in theory, bring Kane more into the team, as you said. So I don't see why not. Kane might get a really good return on those double game weeks. It might surprise everyone.
Yeah, just saying, if you had to pick a captain option for this game week, who are you siding towards?
I would probably side towards either Jota or Dennis.
Okay, so Jota, a single game week player, you would go there. You think Jota fixture against Brentford is still good enough for you to put the armband on him?
Yeah, I imagine Brentford is a weird team. It's not a great team, but it's not a bad team. But still, Liverpool, in comparison, they're well ahead of Brentford, obviously, because Brentford are newly promoted as well to the Premier League. And the fixture is home as well, Liverpool. So it's looking really strong for them.
Obviously, Liverpool don't have Salah or Mane available for this fixture because of AFCON. So we got to see how that affects Liverpool. I don't think it'll make too much of a difference, but obviously when you lose two world-class players, the attack could, be less potent. I'd expect it to be less potent, but you've got Jota, who more pressure will be on Jota, I guess, to get the goals now. So I think he could get a couple against Brentford. But yeah, that's what we're looking like, guys, currently for our free hit team. So if you just go back to my team, because that's your team we just spoke about for your free hit team. So this is my one. I've gone quite similar, but I've gone with Kane instead. I would probably change Lookman. I would change Lookman to Tielemans because now I have the budget. Now I'm not going with Son. I do have the money, so I would change Lookman over. And then Cucurella, I like him for that Crystal Palace fixture. And then De Gea. Let's see what De Gea does because I do expect Man United to pick it up slightly. But those are our free hit teams. So if we had to just talk about our actual teams now, will you be using a free hit or what's your plans to do for this game week? Because I personally don't think I will be free hitting.
No, I don't think I'll be free hitting either for game week 22. I feel like I'll hang on to that for a better double game week. Because obviously, because of Son as well, especially, that is a major blow. Because that was a favourable combination having Son, Kane, and maybe a Tottenham defender. Obviously, because the Son's dismissal now, it's really put me off of free hitting.
Yeah,
especially when there's only like one decent fixture, and that's Watford's double game week. I mean, the other ones don't really appeal.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, guys, we will be doing another video. We'll be doing another stream of the team selection. So we will go live for a team selection video confirming or locking in our teams for game week 22. As of now, both of us are against playing the free hit chip, but if we were going to play it, that's what we would do. So that's my team. If we bring yours up again quickly, just to show the stream.
Yep.
So and that's FPL Curse's team. So those are both our teams. If we were to play the free hit chip, we're just going to wrap the stream up now. We want to say thanks to everyone who's joined the stream and watched. We just want to say please like the stream to support and also drop a comment on the video. And also don't be afraid to share the video on your socials if you've enjoyed the content. And yeah, that's it for today's video, I'd say. We're trying to say thanks everyone for watching. And is there anything you wanted to say, Jordan?
No, I think that wraps everything up pretty much. I do wish people the best of luck on what they decide to do in game week 22, whether they free hit or not. And I hope that we've helped with your decision makings and opinions on players on who to get, and obviously who to not get. Obviously, Son, do not get Son in because he's not going to play.
He's injured now.
Yeah. If you haven't heard the news, obviously.
Yeah, guys. So that's the stream. We will see you again, hopefully, in a couple of days for a team selection. And we just want to say, hopefully, everyone's well and healthy. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Thanks everyone for watching, and take it easy.
Yeah, thank you guys. See you guys.